Fight!
Ever heard of a duel that became a legend? A story passed down through centuries. We're not talking about just any fight.
We're talking about the clash of two of Japan. Greatest swordsman Miyamoto Musashi and Sasaki. This is the story of the duel on Ganryu Island. A battle that would define the very essence of strategy and skill. The year is 1612. The stage is set on a remote island named On one side, we have Sasaki Kojiro, a young, brilliant swordsman. He was a rock star of his time, famous for his exceptionally long sword, the drying pole, and his signature move, the blindingly fast swallow cut. It was said his blade could slice a swallow right out of the air. Kojiro was the epitome of refined technique and deadly precision. He arrived early, pacing the beach, confident and ready for glory. On the other side, there's Miyamoto Musashi. By this point, Musashi was already a seasoned veteran, having survived over 60 duels undefeated. But he was a different breed of warrior. Where Kojiro was polished, Musashi was raw and unpredictable. He wasn't just a swordsman. He was a philosopher of combat, a master of psychology, and on this fateful day, his mind was his sharpest weapon. The tension on the island was thick enough to cut with a knife. The officials and spectators waited and waited. Musashi was late, hours late. Was he afraid? Had he fled? Kojiro's confidence began to curdle into frustration and anger. This, as it turns out, was all part of Musashi's plan. He was already fighting the duel before he even stepped ashore. He was waging a mental war, unsettling his opponent, making him impatient and emotional. Finally, a small boat appeared on the horizon. As it approached, the crowd saw a bizarre sight. Musashi looked disheveled, his hair unkempt. He didn't even seem to be carrying his famous twin swords. As he got off the boat, he was holding ... While on the journey, he had taken a sparrow and carved it into a long wooden sword, or buck. He intentionally made it longer than Kojiro's renowned long blade. This wasn't just a makeshift weapon. It was a strategic masterpiece. As Musashi walked onto the beach, a furious Kojiro shouted at him for his tardiness and disrespect. Without a word, Kojiro drew his magnificent sword and, in a fit of rage, threw his scabbard into the sea. "You have no more need for that," he declared, signaling this was a fight to the death. Musashi calmly replied, "If you have no need for your scabbard, you are already lost." This simple, cutting remark was another psychological blow. Throwing away the scabbard meant Kojiro saw no future beyond this fight. The duel began in an instant. Kojiro, fueled by rage, unleashed his legendary swallow cut. It was a blur of motion, a deadly arc of steel aimed straight at Musashi's head. The strike was so precise that it sliced through Musashi's headband. But Musashi, with perfect timing and spatial awareness, had already moved. As Kojiro's attack missed by a hair's breadth, Musashi brought his heavy, oversized wooden oar down with immense force, striking Kojiro squarely on the head. It was over in a single, brutal moment. The celebrated Sasaki Kojiro, master of the swallow cut, fell to the sand, defeated by one blow from a wooden oar. Musashi didn't gloat. He simply bowed to the officials, and with the same quiet demeanor, he returned to his boat and sailed away, leaving a legend in his wake. So, what's the real lesson here? Was it just about who was the better fighter? Not at all. The duel on Ganryu Island is the ultimate example of Musashi's philosophy. He won before the first sword was swung. He used lateness to create psychological turmoil. He chose a weapon that not only countered his opponents but also insulted his pride. He understood that a true battle is won in the mind. It's not just about the sharpness of your blade, but the sharpness of your strategy. Musashi proved that in a duel for your life, everything is a weapon, and the greatest weapon of all is your intellect. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of history's most iconic duels. If you love stories of strategy, skill, and legendary warriors, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. See you next time.